All right, 1101, let's talk about our week 15. So, first I'm just going to start. I'm looking at the assignments here. So, if you look underneath your library orientation assignment, which, as of you all viewing this, has been turned in, okay? I'll be able to get those back to you probably by the end of week 15. But underneath it is our fifth and final quiz, and it is on citation styles, okay? Now, you all are familiar, at least somewhat familiar in class. We've talked about the bare basics of MLA. Of course, you have the ditto in our files section in Canvas that, has been your template from the beginning till now. That's an MLA formatted paper. But what we also have to do, and if you look at your syllabus, it says this, we English 1101 instructors have to introduce you all to the other two main citation styles too. One of them is called APA, the American Psychological Association, and the other one is abbreviated CMOS, the Chicago Manual of Style. Okay, so if you click on Quiz 5, it's there. It is due on the 17th, Friday, okay? And that's due at the end of the day at 11:59. I ask you to look over the little seagull, beginning at page 118, the section entitled Understanding Documentation Styles, through page 254, entitled Chicago Style Sample Pages. Okay, give that a look over. You could skim it, scan it, peruse it, look at it carefully. There are two questions. One is worth 20 points, and you'll see the point breakdown. The question is, what subjects or topics does each documentation style address? Okay, in other words, what do you use MLA for? Okay, what subjects? And that's worth 8 points. Underneath that, worth 7 points, is APA, the American Psychological Association. What subject or subjects is that style used for? And then finally, worth 5 points, the Chicago Manual of Style. What subject or subjects is that one geared towards? Okay? So that is 20 points. So quizzes are 50 points, you know by now. Our second question is 30 points. So what I want you to do after you've given those pages a look through in the little seagull is answer, how are these three different styles, what are some points of contrast between them? Okay, so the question is, or the prompt, what I ask you all to do is list several major points of contrast among the three documentation styles. Points you might consider. In-text parenthetical citations. So, how does MLA, APA, and Chicago style differ in how they include their in-text parenthetical citations? Okay, in that parentheses, and a lot of the essays we've read, think of the Ryan Joy, Right to Preach on College Campus, and others, were in MLA style and had sources there. What is in the parentheses to refer to the source used? Okay, you guys probably already know what it is right now, because we have familiarity with MLA. What about APA? What's in the parentheses in APA? I'm going to tell you it's a little different than MLA, okay? What about for Chicago style? What about how each paper, each essay begins? Is there a title page for all three essays? Are the headings the same in each of the three essays? How does each paper record its citations? I'll just give you an answer to one of them. MLA, of course, is in a works cited page, which you all know. What about APA? How does it refer to its works cited? It's called something else, okay? What about Chicago style? How does it refer to its citations? And with Chicago style too, in a Chicago style paper, it's a little different than MLA and APA, okay? Well, I don't want to give away the answers here, okay? Because I will have done part of the question for you, okay? So 2 questions there. Part 1 is multiple part, 20 points, 5 points. Part 2 is kind of a comprehensive question asking you to note some of the main stylistic differences between or among MLA, APA, and Chicago style. Okay? All right. So that is due by Friday the 17th. Okay? Let's look at what else we have this week. Okay. We have another assignment that is going to be due on the 19th. Okay, that's Sunday. So I'm staggering these things, okay? One thing is due Friday, and the assignments are going to be open first thing Monday morning, okay? So you could turn them in whenever you want from the opening date, the 13th, up until the due date, the quiz, the 17th, Friday, 11:59 p.m. This other assignment, it's called Argument and Persuasion, Point Counterpoint Assignment. And that's due on the 19th, a minute before midnight. And what this assignment asks you to do, I have 5 quotes, okay? And these are quotes from famous people throughout history, famous, statesmen, philosophers, writers, and they say 5 things. What I want you to do, think about the quote for each speaker, each writer. Think about what the quote means. Offer a point in support, a 2 to 3 sentence point in support. So you're reading the quote from, I'll just read it from here. Marcus Aurelius is our first quote, number 1. He was a Roman emperor. He says, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." So I want 2 to 3 sentences in support of that where you say, yes, Marcus Aurelius has a point there. Here's why. Okay? Then I want you to offer 2 to 3 points as a counterpoint to that. Okay? So going in opposition to the quote. The whole point of this is to get you guys to understand that whatever the rhetorical situation is for an argument, a good arguer or rhetorician should be able to recognize in his opponent the merits and the demerits, if you will, of that argument. So if you want to argue with somebody in a serious, mature way, you should see that, unless they're completely beyond the pale, like Adolf Hitler, okay, nobody is going to offer points in support of Adolf Hitler's Holocaust, okay? So that's outside of the window of acceptability, okay? I'm talking about any reasonable argument that we have today in culture or among each other. You should be able to understand your opponent's, your interlocutor's side, okay? This boosts your ethos. Remember, ethos is all about being credible, sound, fair. So you should be able to, even if you oppose the position, you should be able to see things at least a little bit from your opposition's point of view. Okay? If you don't, you're going to sound overly emotional and people aren't going to take you seriously. Okay? So a point and a counterpoint for each of the 5 quotes. If you all want me to break the quote down for you a little more, email me. They're pretty straightforward. Okay. Number 5, for example, is from one of my favorite philosophers, Friedrich Nietzsche. I don't know if I necessarily agree with the quote. All things are subject to interpretation. Everything's an argument. Whichever interpretation prevails at a given time is a function of power and not truth. What do you think of that? Okay. So 2 to 3 points in support, 2 to 3 points in opposition. That's a pretty interesting thing. Basically what he means there is whatever is the prevailing notion or idea or concept of the day in culture is because of somebody made it that way. Not because it's true inherently or that it's right inherently, because might makes right. okay? Friedrich Nietzsche is basically saying there, hey, everything's up in the air, everything's up for interpretation, and the only way we settle on what is acceptable is through power, not through a recognition of inherent truth, okay? So that's a big idea, okay? And Friedrich Nietzsche shaped a lot of Western thought from the 19th century to today, okay? So if you want a little more explanation, or if you want me to explain these things to you, email me, or you guys can call me, okay? During these trying, unprecedented times, I am fine. If you want to give me a call, and don't be bashful or embarrassed, give me a call. We'll talk about it. 504, that's 504, not 904, 504, New Orleans area code, 491-1180. I believe my phone number is in the syllabus, and it's in my email extension too, 504-491-1180, and I'm happy to talk to you about it, okay? What else do we have? Also this week is the course bonus assignment. So here's what we could do for bonus if you guys want to do it. Bonus meaning you don't have to do it, but I'm going to give you extra credit on your final argumentative persuasive essay should you choose to do it. It's one more they say, I say assignment, chapters 9 and 10. So you could click there and see what that is. Also, don't forget about the essay redos, everybody. You have until the 24th. Do you want to redo an essay? Any essay, analysis, review, reporting information on which you scored a 74 or lower, if you redo, correct the essay based on my comments. If you want a little more guidance, email me, let me know what I think you could do to improve. If you do all the corrections, you'll get half credit back on that essay. So that's pretty big, okay? You have until the 24th to do that. Our final exams, the grammar and the essay exam, are going to be done in Canvas, okay? And that's going to start the week of the 27th. So a couple of weeks after you all seeing this video. So we'll talk more about what to expect on the exams with next week's video, okay? And don't forget, your due date for your argumentative persuasive paper is April 26th, Sunday, okay? If you want to look at the instructions, which you had to do to complete this week's assignment, the library orientation, go into Files, go into Course Information, main course folder, and you'll see RPDESC, Research Paper Description 20, 2020. Click that, and there is the instruction sheet, okay? You guys should be coming to me, okay, emailing me, calling me if you want, to ask if your topic is acceptable. It's an argumentative, controversial topic, and you could find anyone you want from opposing viewpoints within reason. Some of them are banned. I don't want legalization of marijuana. I don't want lower the drinking age. I don't want global warming. I don't want abortion, okay? Try to think of something else, and there's a lot of topics there, okay? So come to me and say, hey, here's what I'm thinking of doing for my paper, which is going to be due in, let's see, a couple of weeks' time, okay? So again, to review, this week, what is due? Your 5th quiz on citation styles, MLA, APA, Chicago style. Your argument and persuasion essay where you are analyzing 5 different quotes. You are offering a 2 to 3 sentence point of support, a 2 to 3 sentence counterpoint in opposition to each quote. And then if you'd like, due by the 19th is the course bonus, the last they say, I say, okay? You can do it. It's voluntary. You don't have to do it, okay? But I'll give you not 15, but like somewhere between 5 and 10 points on your final essay. Orange Park, this goes out to you. We have some inquisitive assignments, but I have them due on the 24th, okay? So you could do them this week. They're not due by the end of this week. They're due by the end of next week. And I'm pulling it up again. This is for Orange Park, Tuesdays and Thursdays right here. We have 3 things due on the 24th. So if you want to get a jump on those, you're welcome to do that too, okay? All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Again, if you want to talk to me with whatever, let me know. We need to stay in touch. I welcome you to give me a call. I'm happy to talk to you, walk you through anything, help you out as much as I can, All right? I want us to do well these last few weeks, okay? Hope you all are doing well. Hope you all are hanging tough and holding tight. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off, but I will talk to you again next week. All right? See you later.